Alright guys, we are on lesson 6 in module 6 on page 45, so go ahead and pause the video, get to that page, grab a pencil. You will also need a straight edge again, so a ruler or protractor edge will work just fine. Make sure you have all your materials, and let's get started. Alright, we are going to plot the following points. I do want to point out, what do you notice about these numbers? 0.3, 0.1, 0.7, 0.2. The answer should be that they are a part or a fraction of a number, not a whole number. So on our grid down here, we don't have a whole number until almost the end of the grid. So 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, all of these are parts of a number, not wholes. Alright. I want you to challenge yourself. I would like you to pause the video and try to plot at least the first two numbers, if not all four, and I'm going to plot them on mine as well, and then go back and check your work to see what you got. Okay, so go ahead and pause that and then challenge yourself. Alright, for A, I see I'm going to go over 0.3, so 1, 2 to that third mark, and then up to 0.1. So 1.0 is different than 0.1. 0.1 is that first section here. It's 1/10, so that first mark. So over 0.3, up 0.1, mark that, and that will be our A. For B, 0.3, and then up to 0.7. So if this is 0.5, I see 0.6, 0.7. That was B. Alright, C, 0.2, up to 0.9, which I know is 1/10 less than a whole number, so I'm going to go up to that whole number and come down 1. That is for C. And then for D, I have 0.4 and up to 0.9, which is the same place as C. Alright, I want to give yourself a pat on the back if you got at least 2 of 4 of those correct in your challenge. If you got all 4 correct, go ahead and give yourself a round of applause. Don't worry, you'll just be clapping by yourself, but that's okay. Alright, so we are going to use a straight edge to construct line segments. So line segments are, we're just connecting our points. We need to connect A to B and C to D. We're not connecting these together. We're connecting these separately and then these ones separately. So grab that ruler or protractor or something with a straight edge, and we are going to connect A to B, and then we are connecting C to D. Notice the word line segment, so we will have endpoints on that segment. If this just said a line, we could have it running through those points like these with the arrows, meaning it goes on forever. But that segment, we're making the end points, so it's stopping at some point. Alright, this says line segment blank is parallel to the x-axis. So remember from lesson 5's lesson, it said 2 lines, remember, that don't touch, but they run parallel to each other. So if our x-axis is going side to side and our y-axis is going up and down, which one runs parallel to this x-axis? So it should look in the same direction as my pencil. It should be CD. So I'm going to say CD with that line over it. And this also should be perpendicular to the y-axis. So remember, it makes like that T or an X. It makes that right angle. So CD does do that to the y-axis here. Alright, next, line segment blank is parallel to the y-axis. So if this is our y-axis, which one runs parallel? Does not intersect with it. It should be line segment AB. And this should be perpendicular, making that right angle to our x-axis. Alright, plot a point on line segment AB, so here's our segment, that is not at the endpoints, and name it U, and then write the coordinates. So you can choose somewhere, or you can choose the place that I put it. So we are on that point 3 because that's where our line is, and I'm going to go up to this point here and name that U. So I have on my X first 0.3, and then I went up 0.5 on that y-axis. So we're going to go over 0.3 or over 3/10 and up 0.5 or up 5/10. Alright, we're going to do the same thing on CD. If you notice, if it can't be on the end points, there's only that one option left. So we're going to mark that there and label it V, and then give its coordinates. So if we're going over on that x-axis first, I see that we are at 0.3, 0.3, and we are up. It should be the same as those y-axis is up here, since it's in the same line, which in this case was 0.9. Alright, good job. Go ahead and challenge yourself on the back.